guys. Welcome back to my special edition of the Late Night After Hours Talk Show. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you're doing well on this Friday night. But before we get into it, I would like to, I would like and appreciate if you could like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so that I can continue to do more shows like this. This is a show that I like to do late at night. Basically, we talk about anything and everything. It could be headline news, it could be tech talk, it could be gaming talk, it could be anything that you want to talk about out there. It doesn't matter. We could talk about anything that you wish to talk about. And that's what this is all about. So, anyways, in the news today, I learned that several cities are opening across the country. Las Vegas being one of them. I learned that they're pretty much opening up everything: casinos, bars, you name it. They're opening it all. Whether you guys think that's a bad thing or a good thing, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think about that. We did have an outbreak a few months ago because people were out there partying and doing their thing, and the cases just went on a rise, and that's when things kind of fell apart. So let me know what you guys think about that. You think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? And that's not the only state. Florida's doing it. A lot of other places are doing it. I shouldn't say not every place. The Mardi Gras in Louisiana, they're doing tough restrictions. Here in California, they're doing tough restrictions. So why is it? Why is it that some places in the U.S. are in lockdown while others aren't? So that's my question to you guys. And do you think they should be open? Do you think that there should be stricter laws? Do you think the government should get involved and make these other states in this country do what they're supposed to? What do you think? If you're asking what I think, it's a tough call. I know people need to get out. I know people need to get out and do things. I get that part. But we have let our guard down twice here in California. And when we did, we suffered a huge consequence. We started having more cases of people dying here and people being sick. And that was just over a few months' time. So, do I think it's a good thing to open everything up? In a way, I don't. I think that we need to give it time while everybody's getting vaccinated and making sure everybody's okay. Unless, and this is kind of, in between, unless they can safely open up these places and do whatever needs to be done to keep people safe. For an example, the stuff that they're doing in Walt Disney World in Florida. So, but although California does have more population here, we have more people here, and that's just it. And with that being said, there is a lot more people here than, in Orlando. So, will it work the same? That I don't know. I'm not sure about that. You would think it would work the same, but the question is, will it? So that is my question, guys. Is should we open everything up? Should governors from all the states be allowed to make their own decisions? Or do you think that they should be mandated by the government and kind of forced to do and to keep people safe. Because we've seen it. We've seen it happen here in our state, California, where people were partying and they were, just going out and being crazy and doing their thing. And all of a sudden, that's when everything went haywire. So is it really worth it? That's my question to you guys. Leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think about that. I'll be interested to know what the public, how they feel about that and what they think about it. So let me know. Let's see. What else is going on in the world of today? In California, we're kind of buffing up or beefing up our vaccination sites. They keep telling us that we're running out, but they're doing about 2,000, 8,000 vaccinations a day at some of these places. Here in my town, Riverside, they've got like 20 different super sites here, and they've already vaccinated over 5,000. So, I mean, things are looking up in my town, to say the least, but the numbers are still showing that there are still a number of deaths, and that's the saddest thing. That's the saddest part about the whole thing. There's also a lot of unsure people out there that think that this virus is not real. They're saying that, well, I mean, they're not saying it's not real. They're saying that it's not as bad as the flu, and that this virus is just like the flu, and just as many people have died from COVID have died from the flu. Now, the only argument that I have against that, why are we seeing so many deaths from the COVID? Why are we seeing so many hospitalizations? I mean, if it's not real and it's not really happening, and it's as bad as the flu, then how come it seems that I'm seeing more people dying from this stuff and more people getting sick from it and more hospitalizations? That's my question. So, I mean, could it be because that we don't have any vaccinations for it? Could that be the case? I don't know. Let me know what you think about that too. Yeah, leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think. So, getting those two out of the way, we're also California's considering reopening the theme parks, which I'm sure that everybody's happy and they can't wait to do. And but then again, it's all due to safety measures and keeping people safe, because we don't want anybody out there to get sick. So that's the main thing. I would love to see the theme parks reopen, but I also don't want to see more people getting hurt. So that's my thing. And if it means being closed a little bit longer to give it a chance, then so be it. I think it's a small sacrifice that we have to do to keep people safe. That's the way I see it. That's how I'm looking at it. So, let's see, what else? Not much in the headline news. Oh, I'm not much into politics, but I will talk about a little bit about what's going on with Trump about the impeachment trial. I'm not going to say either or. I'm not going to sway either side, because I don't want to. I really don't like talking about politics. But what do you guys think about this impeachment trial? I'm hearing people saying, oh, well, why are they trying to impeach him after the fact that he's no longer president? And why are they impeaching him when he never really had anything to do with that stuff that happened at the Capitol? Heck, I don't know. What do I know about this stuff that's been going on? From my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, you can quote me if I'm wrong, I believe that they're doing this impeachment, the second trial, because I think he made a statement that he wanted to run for president again. And I thought, or at least I thought I did, that they were going to do this impeachment trial again to stop him from running for president again. And I believe that is the case. If I, you can quote me if I'm wrong about that, but that's what I think. Yeah, that's a tough decision between him. If anything, that I do like about this kind of stuff is that I enjoy watching kind of like court kind of stuff. I like to watch the prosecutor and the defense side of things. I kind of like that stuff. So if anything, I like to see them how they getting deep, about everything and how they ask their questions and cross reference and everything. I think that's pretty interesting to me. So if anything, I like to know about stuff like that. I do like to watch court TV, Judge Judy, stuff like that. I may be kind of weird, but anything going on in the tech news, in the tech industry? Let's see here. The tech world, I believe, they're talking about a brand new graphics card that's coming out, the 3080 or the 2080 or 3080, which is supposed to be pretty much a badass graphics card. Is going to be coming out. It's fully loaded with everything. They're saying it's going to be half the price of what the other graphics cards were, which is very interesting because if I'm not mistaken, those graphics cards, the 1080 and the 2060 and all those, they're very expensive, or they were. But they're saying that they're probably going to be about half the price of those graphics cards, and that's just amazing. I mean, people are going to, go out and buy those cards, and they're going to have a pretty beefy system. The technology industry is just getting so badass. I mean, the motherboards, the memory, the hard drives, the graphics cards, and this is where this comes in. This is where I love talking about this stuff. The gaming industry has always been neck to neck, fighting battle between, the Xbox and the PlayStation and PC. It's very interesting. I love watching like these three, huge industries going at it with each other and seeing, what they accomplish. They're always trying to outdo each other, more or less. And like Xbox will come out with something special, PlayStation will come out with something that's better, and then now you have PC that's jumping into the scene, and they say, "Hey, wait a minute, we got something even better than both of you." So it's kind of like a cool battle to see, what's going on between all three of these superpowers. It's always interesting to me to see how they're outdoing each other. I enjoy that. Although I think, I really don't know who's got the edge on it right now. I think they're pretty neck to neck, between all three. I do like the fact that games now are becoming more cross-play. I wish they would have done that a long time ago. How do you guys feel about that? I like it. I like the idea of, depending on what kind of system I have and that game that I play, and if my friend has an Xbox or my friend has a PlayStation and I have a PC, I like the idea that I can play along with them because it's cross-play. But then you got companies like, or that, make Call of Duty, because it's going to be going cross-play here pretty soon. Or no, not Call of Duty, excuse me, Destiny 2. And one of the things that they were talking about is they were talking about actually nerfing the mouse and keyboard, which is a very interesting topic because you know every gamer out there, I've used game pads, controllers, mouse and keyboard, and I'm pretty good with with all of those. But there are those that argue and saying that a mouse and keyboard is more precise, and you got those out there that have controllers that like the controllers as well because they have auto assist, which helps them when they shoot and stuff like that. So really, it's becoming, you know, what is better, for most people. And yet, you see these gamers out there, these young gamers, and they can smoke people, with a controller these days. They're just that good, even against a PC user playing along with a keyboard and mouse. So it's going to be interesting to see how these game companies kind of play into the role of the cross-play. I think we're coming into a new era and a new technology where we're going to start seeing a lot more games being cross-play. And if you, the only drawback is that the gaming companies, the people that are actually making the game, they're kind of going to lose a little bit of money, I would think, because right now, let's face it, everything is prioritized with the gaming system. If you buy Call of Duty specifically for Xbox or PlayStation, that's all you can play it on. If you want to go out and buy a new PC and another console, you're going to have to buy the game again for that gaming PC or that other console that you want. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I would question in the gaming scene. So, what do you think? Do you think the companies are going to lose money by come out with crossplay, or don't you think it's going to really much matter? I really don't know. That's going to be kind of a strange kind of issue there. Let's see. Another thing in the news is that we're starting to see a lot more gaming servers. We were talking about this the other night. Like GeForce Now, Shadow Tech, then the Google's one, I forgot, Stadia or something, but I think it's not doing too well. And then Amazon announced that they're coming out with a game streaming service. Although I don't know how popular the Amazon one's going to be, because as far as I know, from what I heard about Amazon's version, it's gonna be pretty much kind of like Prime Video. And you know how you have what are they called, channels, I think they call it, movie channels, meaning that you'll see Stars, HBO, Showtime, Cinemax. Okay, well, what they're talking about with their gaming service is that you're gonna get to choose what company you want to go with, whether it be Activision or some other company. And from my understanding, if I bought, say, a package of with Activision, I can only play Activision games. If I want to go with another company, say like Blizzard, I would have to pay another subscription to play Blizzard games. So I don't know how well that's going to work for Amazon. If it does, I'm happy for them. If not, then they're going to fail like Google's did. Right now, the two superpowers are GeForce Now and Shadow. I had GeForce Now. When GeForce Now first came out, they were excellent. Their service was on par. And then as months have gone by, they started losing support for a lot of their games. A lot of popular games started disappearing. And then it just kind of like got a little bit worse. I mean, there are a lot of games, there are a lot of titles you can still play, but you can't play Call of Duty, you can't play any of the Battlefield games, you can't play a lot of other games, like I think Grand Theft Auto you can't play, and things like that. So I stopped using it because I lost interest because I have all these games and I can't play them on that service. So recently, I went on. I bought an NVIDIA Shield. Um, by the way, that's an excellent system. I did a review on that. Be sure to watch it. It's already got 80 some odd views of the review. I can't speak right now. The reviews I did about it. I really went in depth of the stuff that I had and the equipment that I'm using. Interesting enough, I bought this system, and of course, it's NVIDIA, same people that do GeForce Now. And when I go in and I try to play Smite, for an example, it signs me into GeForce Now, and then and when I try to sign in to the particular account, you know how it has you can sign in with Facebook and Google and all that stuff. Well, I clicked on one of them, and as soon as I put my email and click next, it says this browser is not supported. And I'm just like, really? And I'm like, here's a brand new NVIDIA Shield and the GeForce Now service that's fairly new, and yet I can't play these games. So I was just kind of bummed out that I couldn't play the free games that I want to play. So I was just like, I'm going to have to use my Shadow account. But with Shadow now, it has its pros and cons. The only con that I have with it is that it's a little bit more, how do you say it? You got to do more to play the game. Where with GeForce Now, you just, you go pick your game, you click on it, and then it loads. Where with Shadow, you got to actually sign in because it's a Windows PC, literally. It's like a virtual machine. You got to sign into Shadow, and then you got to load the game, and, so there's more steps. In other words, there's more steps. So what do I think about the future for that? I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think we're going to see a lot more gaming services. Because not everybody's tech savvy out there. Not everybody knows how to build a system. And a lot of people don't want to spend the huge bucks to build a gaming system. When they can go out and they can buy a cheap laptop or a desktop and play all these games that require a powerful PC, well, you don't have to do that anymore. So I think there is a market out there, but see, they're going to have to be careful too, because if they go too expensive, then people are going to be like, well, what's the point? We're just going to go out and buy a gaming PC. Because I was pricing, desktops and laptops the other day, and the prices of these gaming PCs are coming down quite considerably. So it's these gaming services are really going to have to be careful not to, raise the prices too much. So, and on top of it, you got to own the game on top of it. So that's another thing to think about. So not only you have to buy the subscription, you got to buy the game that you want to play. So they're going to have to be careful how they, streamline their prices. So they don't want to go too high. And they also don't want to go too low because of the cost that would cost them to keep these servers up. Because, we know that they're going through like these data centers, and they're building these, buffs systems, and it's costing them. It's actually costing these companies. As I stated the other day, when people want to start a service and use a data center, you can't use consumer products at a data center. I don't know if some of you know that. If you want to rent out like a data center or a space, rack space, you got to use professional equipment. You can't use the average graphics card in these data centers. You got to use the higher end models. For an example, like I stated the other day, ShadowNet, they use the expensive, I think it's the R5000 NVIDIA graphics card, which is a $2,000 graphics card. And with this graphics card, they can share it over the network. I mean, through the data center. So it's just like one of those things that are mandated that if you're going to own rack space through a data center, that you have to have professional equipment, including, SSD drives, and everything has to be professional. Everything has to be high end. So, and that could get quite expensive for the company. So it's going to be interesting to see how these companies last. Can they keep up with the demand? Can they keep the price low enough so that people will stay with them and not go out and buy a gaming system or a console? And is the companies are going to be able to survive when they have to upgrade all these servers that they're running off the data center? Because let's face it, technology changes every day. So it's going to be interesting to see both sides. Because let's face it, you can pretty much buy a gaming system for around $1,000 US right now. I mean, it's not the perfect PC, but it will play the latest and greatest games. You won't have RTX or ray tracing, but you'll still be able to play those games that require a buff system. So it's really going to be interesting to see how in the future that these companies exist. Let me know what you guys think. So far I've been very happy with Shadow. It works on all my devices, and I don't need a powerful PC to play them. But there's always that possibility, like what happened with Google, that someday that they're not going to keep up with the demand, or the cost is going to be too expensive for the company to keep up, and it's going to be back down to zero. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. That's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. So, same with another thing I found out is SSD drives. They're coming down real cheap, guys. Very cheap. In fact, just about every laptop that you buy is included with the SSD drive. 512 gigs or 1 terabyte. I found a laptop for around $700 that had a 1060 graphics card with 16 gigs of memory and a 1 terabyte SSD drive. While that may not be the top of the line, but that that laptop will pretty much play every game that's out there. You just won't have your ray tracing. If you want ray tracing, it's going to cost you around, for the 2060, it's going to cost you around $400 or $500 more, which isn't bad. So you're looking at $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and really that's not that bad for a laptop. In this day and age, people seem to want compact, lightweight stuff now. Although that your gaming laptops are pretty heavy with all the parts in it, but nowadays people want everything mobile. That's why everybody has a cell phone these days. Let's face it, cell phone you can pretty much use anything for. It's pretty much a computer. Get on the internet, listen to your music, you can get on and browse, talk to your friends, play some games. Let's face it, it's a thing of the future right now. So I think that's what's going to happen with laptops. I think that's what's going to happen with computers. Desktops are nice. That's going to be for like the hardcore techies like myself that want to go out and build a nice gaming system and spend three grand on a gaming system. So again, with this day and age, people just want to go out and buy something and they want to use it. They don't want to spend all the time trying to figure out how to use it and how to put it together. Unless, of course, you go to a tech. Now, back in the day, I've built computers. I've built many of them. I've replaced motherboards, memory, all that stuff. Back in the days, it was a thing where you never bought a store-bought computer. You always went to a tech, or you went to a computer store to have them build it for you. That's just the way it was back then. But now, places like CyberPower, Alienware, and a lot of these other gaming places that you can buy systems, you can pretty much get online and tell them what you want, and they'll build it for you and ship it to you. And I think that's kind of cool. I think that's really awesome. A great service. We never used to have that. So now it's becoming more of a a customization laptop computer world. And I really think that's going to be the thing of the future. I really think that everything's going to go mobile. I think everything's going to go to the point where you can just carry a laptop and it'll be as powerful as a desktop. I think that's what it's becoming. We see it every day in our cell phones, and we see it every day in Android devices where their chips are much faster, much more powerful, along with the memory. So I think we're going to start seeing that along with the computer scene. So like I said, SSD drives are now the thing of the future. It used to be the hard drives were the thing of the future. Heck, my first hard drive was 500 megabytes, and I paid close to $300 for it. Now look what you can buy for $300 in a large hard drive. And my NVIDIA Shield, I bought a SSD drive external for what? Well, no, I didn't buy it. I got it through Vine, but it was $139 a retail price. Or was it $189? I don't remember now. I think something tells me it was $139, and it was an SSD drive. And let me tell you something, that thing's fast and it's quick. May not be the best one out there, but it's sure a heck of a lot faster than the moving parts. And it's interesting because a couple of my family members, way back when I was growing up, always said that someday you're going to see when everything is hardcore memory, no moving parts in your computers and on technology. Everything's going to be on a chip. And look what's happening today. Very interesting. And it's very good. That's a very good saying, because look what's happening today. I mean, we're seeing more and more mobile devices. We're seeing more computers that are being like this. And, it's just, I love the technology. I love it. I love where it's going right now. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but for some reason my heater wasn't shutting off. I had to go shut it off. It's getting kind of warm in here. So yeah, the technology in the computer scene is just really becoming an awesome thing to see now. It's just it's unbelievable what's going on, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And just about every student is using computers now, schools and everything. So, which brings me up to another interesting topic with this COVID stuff. They want to allow these kids to go back to school. I mean, I get it that they need to go out for their exercise, and I understand that they need to go out and play and stuff like that. But again, do we want to put our kids in danger, or do we want to be a smart parent and play it safe? So that's another thing. Why not use technology? Why not take advantage of it? Come on, people. Are you a responsible parent to the point where you want to allow your kids to get sick? Or are you a responsible parent that wants to play it safe and have activities at home, the same that they can have at a school? I mean, quite honestly, with the way these schools are, it has always dawned on me that how are these students even learning anything when their classrooms are full like that? Now, I'm not talking bad on the teachers. I'm not talking bad on any of the staff. But these superintendents need to somehow shorten these classrooms down so that the students have more school time with their teachers. And I saw it when I was going to school. And it was like, and it was bad when I was going. So, are they really going to learn anything? I mean, you're going to have these classrooms so full that they don't learn anything. And what do you think that happens when they don't learn anything and they lose interest in it? They start getting into trouble. They start ditching school. They hang around with the wrong crowds. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So, what's your thoughts on that? Seriously, what's your guys' thoughts on that? I think it's serious. I don't think that they should put kids in schools just yet, the way that this COVID crisis is going on right now. And we really are unsure about these vaccinations, if they're really going to work or not. Especially when there's two different strains out there floating around. We have the one that's from England, and then or the UK, and then we have the other one that's from Africa. And they're saying that they're mutated versions of the COVID. So we could be seeing this for a very, very long time. Yeah, a very long time we could be seeing this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I think it's too early to open up stuff yet, and I think it's too early to allow our kids go back to school, and I think it's too early to open everything back up. I think that we should really wait until and give it time. We shouldn't be pushing for anything at this point. So, let me know what your comments are. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I would like to know. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. It helps me out big time. I need 1,000 subscribers, and I tend to meet that goal. So please do that for me. It helps me out so that I don't have to use a Prism or use Streamlabs, which both have their pros and cons, which I'll get into in a few moments. I would rather be using Google's service, or using Google's thing. YouTube to do all my videos. Well, so which brings me to my next topic. I've been having a hard time struggling. I just got this gimbal. It's a Moza MX Mini, or Moza Mini MX. Very nice gimbal. I love it. It's an awesome gimbal. And I couldn't be more happier with the software that they give you for it. But the only thing that I can't seem to find is a really good streaming app. Here we are in 2021, the day of the age where we have cell phones, cameras, camcorders, gimbals. But let's face it, folks, we have shitty Android apps that don't do streaming the way we want them to. It's true. It's true. And I'm an avid, really good, how do you say it? I'm really technical with OBS. I love OBS on my PC. I can do anything I want. Anything. I could host a game or host a video. I can put a background image in the background and put myself in front of it. I can manipulate the background and do whatever I want. I can take a picture of what I want. I can have spinning logos and spinny things and music and everything going at the same time. So why is it, people, companies, why is it that we do not have a decent streaming app? We spend hundreds of dollars on all these accessories for our camcorders, our cameras, our cell phones. We buy gimbals like the GoPro and all these other things, but we have shitty software that we have to use. Why is this? This shouldn't be like this. We should have OBS on Android. It should be just like the one that's on the PC. Why don't we have this? Why do we have companies like Streamlabs, which was once a really good app, until they started charging people a monthly or yearly fee for basic features that we should already have? Come on. I'm sorry, I'm going on a mini rant about this because this really irritates me. I used to use Streamlabs. Streamlabs was one of my favorite apps, my go-to app for doing streaming when I first started. Now they want to charge me. Now the app is worse than it was before. The last time I used it, I couldn't even switch between a front view and a back view of the camera without it freezing up and locking up the app. And not only that, it was locked up on the YouTube. Somehow it got locked up on there, so which means I had to go in and had to delete 30 minutes of video so that I can close the app out and start over. What is wrong with this picture? Come on, Streamlabs. I'm sure you can do a heck of a lot better than what you're doing right now. And Prism. I love your app. I really do. I think it's an excellent app. I haven't had any issues with it. It doesn't crash and freeze like Streamlabs. However, you guys don't have a backup method. So if I lose my stream and I'm walking around, I lose it all. Not only I lose all my likes and my subs, and people get dropped from the video, I can't go back into and start it over. I can't go back in and continue the stream. I have to start completely over. Come on, Prism. What's wrong with this picture? Make it happen. Those are my pros and cons. What about the Moza Genie app? Okay. Moza Genie app, excellent. It does everything I want it to do. You can zoom, you can twist, you can turn, you can do everything you want with it. But you have a section to do live streaming. It's broken. Why is this? It shouldn't be broken. Make it happen. Make it work. Make it use Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and all these other great places that we can stream to. Why don't we have this feature in that app? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's like all these companies have different things that they have and the things that they don't have. It's like, come on, Moza. Your app would be killer. It would blow anything out of the water if you would implement the ability to use your app as a streaming software. Because, quite incidentally, all of them suck. They do. They suck. I really don't like any of the apps that are out there that do live streaming. They all have their pros and cons. Why is this? And how long has this technology been out? It's been out forever. It's been out for a very long time. How long have people been streaming? And it's taken this long, and we're now in 2021, and we don't even have a decent streaming app? Give me a break. Seriously. We should have OBS on our cell phones by now, where we can do multiple things. Why is it this hard? I mean, there's smart people out there with smart minds, smart programmers. Make it happen. But don't sit there and try to charge me for some cheesy app that I can't do anything with it, and I got to pay for things that should be included in the damn app. And then you guys don't have the features that I want, but yet I'm paying for it. No, isn't going to happen. I'm sorry. It's going to fail. I bet you in a couple months or a few years, Streamlabs is not going to exist anymore. Unless they change their model, unless they change the way they do business. And let's face it, these companies are greedy for Android. It's a money-making, multi-million-dollar corporation right now. People are making millions on making apps. And a lot of them are not as good as the ones on PC. And I don't expect it to be. Well, in a way I do. Because
some of these Android apps, some of these cell phones are very expensive. So we expect to have decent software on our phones and on our Android devices. So come on, people. Really, get with it. And Moza, like I said, I love your software, but you really got to implement that where you can add YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Because right now, using your live ability doesn't work. It's broken. It doesn't work. I tried it. It doesn't work. It says it's recording and it don't even get forwarded to YouTube at all. Even though I put the RTM, whatever it is, the stream key in there. So it doesn't make any sense. So come on, get with it, people. And it's not just them, it's all these companies. Make it happen. Make it work. It's not hard. Do it. Let's see. Well, I think I'm pretty much covered just about everything that's in the tech news. The other topic I wanted to talk about was VR. VR headsets. While I like them and I like the technology, when I look at VR, I remember the movie Lawnmower Man. To me, that's virtual reality. Or Tron. That's virtual reality. Not some rinky-dink headset that you put on your head and look around left and right and like, ooh, whoopity-doo, I can make my ship go left or right. When the day that I see Lawnmower Man type VR in a video game will be the day that VR will redeem itself. To me, that's true VR. That's what I want to see. I want to see that kind of VR. I cannot see myself spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a PC and buying a VR headset to get some half-ass, half-baked VR. I'm sorry, folks. Really. It's not that I hate the VR. It's just, I think it's overpriced for what you get. Come on, $300-$400 for a VR headset, $2,000 for a gaming PC that can even handle it. Come on. If we're going to spend that much money, we better have Lawnmower Man inside our damn computers and be playing that shit. We should be having full body movement while inside of like a virtual reality, like the holodeck on Star Trek. Come on, make it happen. I mean, like I said, the technology's been out for quite some time, and you know, I do thank the companies for them coming out with something like that, and it's groundbreaking, but it's been out for a while. So we need that Lawnmower Man virtual reality right now, especially with the COVID stuff that's going on. But you know what I mean. It's like, you know, it's just, I think it could be done better. That's how I feel about it. Speaking of which, now we're going to go switching our topic to video games. About a month or two ago, probably about a month ago, it was announced that the people started recognizing the new Call of Duty. The Black Ops, was it called Cold War? There is a map on there that they were talking about. It's the mall map, you know, like a shopping center. And they were talking about how retro it is. They were talking about how it had like the old school food courts with the arcade, with all the eating places, how old school shopping malls used to be when we were growing up as teenagers. And I didn't really think about it until one day I went into the game and I played that very same map, and I was just like, oh, wow. They were so right. I like that the people that designed that map, that they went back to the old retro style. I think that brought back a lot of memories. And it's kind of cool how they implemented it along with us fighting amongst each other in this big shopping mall. I kind of relate to that because On one of the floors, there's this huge arcade. You guys know what I'm talking about with the old cabinet games. And there's a food court in one section of the map. It's really badass how, I mean, they went really above and beyond with that map. I absolutely love it for all those old schoolers out there. Very cool map. A lot of fun. So I just wanted to bring that out, for all those old school gamers out there. Be sure to check out that map if you haven't already. I like it. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Not much change in the gaming industry except for the new was it Cyberpunk that just came out. I haven't really had a chance to play it. Heard it's pretty good. Heard it's pretty decent. I haven't touched it yet. I've been playing too much Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Destiny 2, and Division 2. So I also have Guild Wars 2, which I like a lot. I just haven't played it as much. I find myself getting involved into these games. That's another thing where it becomes very addicting, like the season pass thing. We all know that the season pass is a money making thing for all these gaming companies. From Destiny 2 to Division 2 to Call of Duty, to get all the latest and greatest weapons and stuff like that. You find yourself getting so hooked to the point where you give up on every other game because you're trying to speed through quick to get all the stuff for the one game. Do I think of it as a cash cow in a way? Maybe borderline. To me, it's just, another way for the companies to make money. They're not making enough money as it is on their games. So why do they have to charge for their freaking season passes? I mean, it's like, I'm going to pay like $20 for a season pass just to get a leopard skin on my boot. It's like, okay. Or I'm going to pay $20 to get a Barbie looking girlish on my gun, and I'm about to shoot it off. Sorry, being sarcastic there. So is it really worth all the cosmetics that you get? So that's another thing. I think we got to the point where now we have microtransactions in all these games. It's enough that we pay $60 for the game, and it's enough that we spend close to $100 for the special editions, and we still got to pay on top of it. So it's like, it's kind of like one of those borderline kind of things I've been talking about. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth, the extra money? And it's like, when is it enough? It's enough that we support these companies and we buy their game. I mean, let's face it. Games aren't cheap these days. You're talking $60 by the time you pay for it. And if you want the special edition, you're going to pay an extra $30. So, to me, is it really worth it? And that's one of the things that I love about Guild Wars 2, is that they don't charge. Well, they have microtransactions, but you don't have to pay a season pass to have extra stuffs. You have a choice if you want the stuffs or not. You have a choice whether you want the cosmetic stuff. The game already looks nice without having all that cosmetic stuff. So, that's one of the things that I do like about Guild Wars 2. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, do you mind paying for a season pass? I don't think they're $20. I think they're more like $10 now. I think it's like $10 for the Call of Duty season pass, and another $10 for the Destiny 2 season pass, which isn't really that bad, but still it's a microtransaction, and nobody likes microtransactions. They feel that, hey, I'm already paying $60 for the game. Why in the hell do I need to spend another, $10 or $20 on this stuff? It's like, isn't my loyalty by buying the game and playing on your servers more than enough? So when is enough enough? That's my question.
So what are you guys' thoughts about that? Let me know in the comments below. And again, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon. That helps me out a lot. Like I said, I want to get up to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I want to get away from using these third-party apps where sometime in the year 2030 we'll actually have a decent app. Sorry, more sarcasm. Oh, the joy of tech talk. I just love these days. I'm going to have more of these segments, more of this nighttime talk shows that I like to do, and where I talk about anything and everything, tech, gaming, or news, or what's going on out there in the world. And some of it may be disappointing news, some of it may be good news, and some may be happy news. Just depends. But remember, I'm always keeping a positive attitude about everything, and all my videos are hopefully to benefit you guys, because if it's not for you guys, this channel would not exist. So I know I was going to watch WandaVision the other night. I haven't even gotten started on it. I just been trying to keep up with the tech, and I've been playing with my new gadgets and stuff. So I am still looking for that software, though. If you guys, if anybody out there hears this and watches this video, is there any software out there that is like OBS where I can put my live video in front of a backdrop or a picture without having a green screen? Please let me know if there's anything out there like that that exists. Because so far I haven't been able to find anything out there like that. And I would like nothing more to show myself when I do these videos. I just don't want to show everything in my house and everything in my room. Because I honestly do not have a studio. I'm practically talking in a little itty bitty square space right now. So, and I'm very strict about my privacy. I don't want to, show too much. So please, if there's something out there and somebody hears me, is there some kind of software for Android that will allow me to stream to YouTube at least, and allow me to put my face, my live video, in front of a backdrop? Kind of like what you can do with OBS on Twitch. Putting yourself in front of the game. Only this would be putting yourself in front of a backdrop picture. So, I want to do that. So please, if there's somebody out there that listens out there, I don't care where you at in the world, is there something out there for Android that you can do that? And if there's a developer out there, a new developer that would like me to test something, let me know. Leave me some comments. Leave me some information. Leave me an email address. Anything. I would love nothing to have something that's like OBS. Something that I can use and something that would be very professional. So, most of these streams would be like an hour or maybe an hour and a half segments. Hours coming up here. I feel that we've talked and covered most of the things that I wanted to speak about. So, with that being said, I will let you all go. It's just about that time. And I really appreciate you all being here. And once more, please do this for me. Hit the like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification. I would love to have all you people here listening to my stream and taking the information in as it comes, and I can answer some of your questions, and why not? I love doing this. This is my hobby. I like doing this, and this is something I want to do. So I hope that you hear me. I hope you come to my channel and hang out with us. This is a special edition of Let's Talk late night. So you guys have a good rest of your night.
Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye for now.